up, guys? So I want to do my follow-up to my ceramic coating, and the one I'm referring to is a video I made back in the fall on Mr. Fix 9H ceramic coating. Now this is the one that I'm sure you've seen all over eBay. You've seen, reviews done on YouTube, and it's really inexpensive. It doesn't cost a lot at all. Anywhere you could get it from $9 to like $20 or whatever the case is. So there's a lot of skepticism if it actually works. So I could tell you that it works, and we're actually going to do a test on the car, a pretty extreme test. And yeah, but I wanted to talk about something when it comes to the application, because I had a whole bunch of questions, people messaged me, that sort of thing, on how to apply it. Now, there's a reason why you pay someone anywhere between $400 to $600 to $800 when they apply a higher end coating. But the principle still applies when I'm talking about the application. Meaning, a professional does it in specific lighting. They'll do it in a nice, clean environment, so on and so forth, so you get the best result. Now, I just did it in the fall in my garage where the temperatures were much cooler. And I made a mistake, and I'm paying for it now. So, as you can see, you have these. This is what comes in the package, okay? Now, what these are meant for is you cover it over the applicator pad. If I could just find the applicator pad. Sorry for the mess. That's the applicator pad. Okay, so basically you take one of these cloths. Sure you see in the videos. Yeah, I know I'm making a mess, guys. Whatever. You put it over nice and smooth, whatever. You damp it with the ceramic coating, and then you apply. Now they give you a whole bunch of those sheets, okay? And all it's for, it is to help. It's basically lint free, and it's just to help when it goes on. Instead of using a sponge, you're using that. It just helps smooth it out, and it keeps the sponge from getting hard, more or less, okay? Because as you see, if you use any type of microfiber, sooner or later, as it starts cooling, okay, as it starts curing, actually, it becomes hardened and is no longer permeable. So the mistake I made is I didn't change those, like these little, they're basically like a lint-free type of cloth or whatever. I didn't change those enough. And now it shows. So what happened was, as it becomes hardened, as the ceramic coating starts to cure, that it was no longer permeable. The cloth was no longer permeable, and as you're going over, it started making streaks. Now I noticed the streaks when I was initially putting them on, and I waited 3 minutes. And that's the other mistake I made as well, is because I was in a cooler temperature, because I put it on in the fall. It actually became actually cured, I think, a little faster than it would if it was in the heat, where it has more time. And that's why if you read the instructions, it tells you specifically, the temperature range is the best time to apply it. So usually, I don't have it in front of me, but no fewer than 50 degrees or 55 degrees or whatever the case is, and usually it's above. And then from there, it's like 3 to 5 minutes before you should start taking it off. I don't like to leave it on too long. I think once it's on, it already starts to cure. So for me, 3 to 4 minute range at the ideal temperature is what's perfect. And change those cloths that come with it frequently. Okay, understand? Change it frequently. And then when you're removing it with microfiber cloth, have more of those on hand as well. So let's go take a look at the results of what I'm talking about. Okay, so it's going to be really, really hard to see. I don't think it's going to show up in the camera. But you have these weird, this almost looks like discoloration where they look like lighter. Okay, a couple of spots there, spots there. I don't know if the camera is really going to pick it up. And then there's a whole bunch of, it's like hazing. Basically, it's hazy. So that was because the way I applied it. Like I said, I didn't change those microfiber cloths enough, or those little cloths, the applicator cloths enough, and that's the result. So learn from my mistake. Do it in an ideal temperature, change those sheets that come with it frequently. Have more than one microfiber cloth on hand when you're removing it, and that should be good. Now let's do the test here. As you can see, these are bird droppings from yesterday. It was a good one too, right all over my windshield. So let's see what happens if I spray it. And I'm just using a regular garden hose, not a pressure washer. But let's see. Remember, so the bird dropping has been on my car since yesterday in 80+ degree weather for several hours up until this morning. It's 8 o'clock in the morning right now. And take a look at the result. Just came off with no no pressure whatsoever. No wiping, no whatever, and it was hardened. So that's the testament. Does that actual, coating work? And that's the cheap stuff? It does. Now, is it to say that it's better than higher end stuff? I wouldn't go that far. But if you're going to spend X amount of dollars, you could do it yourself and get a fantastic job and save yourself hundreds and hundreds of dollars with that ceramic coating. But again, take my tips, learn from my mistakes, and good luck. Let me know how it goes. Ciao.